Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, this is a quick video that I'm going to just let you guys know how I'm going to be handling essentially the way my GameFanShop store is going to work. Generally speaking, any game that I am interested in, I will go and set up a deal for it. And it'll, generally speaking, probably be about a 10%. Let me see what I have this one set to. Yeah, 10% in this case. Like I said, but generally speaking, it will be 10%, like just no matter what. Though that is somewhat dependent upon what the commission is for that specific game. If it's greater than 10%, then of course I will go with a 10% discount on it. But if it's less than 10%, which is not usually going to be the case, then I will just go with something obviously less than 10% for the discount. But generally speaking, any game that I am excited for the release, I will go ahead and set this up. I will generally speaking have these deals set up to only last a week after the game's release. However, there are going to be some exceptions to that. Sometimes I may go and set it up to where, well, I don't necessarily set like a time limit on these. I just basically go and have to remind myself, oh yeah, close off this deal at this on this day. Generally speaking, though, it'll probably be like late at night on that day that I decide I want to close the deal on. So in the case of Shadow of Mordor, I actually have it set up to, or I've decided I'm going to close them off on the 8th of October, which is essentially a week from its release date, if I recall correctly. However, of course, this video is going up prior to me closing that off. But add to that also, any game that I am doing a playthrough of, I will also set up a deal for, which is the reason why Mountain Blade is listed right here. Because it is, well, a game that I am currently doing a playthrough of. Well, I'm playing through a mod for it, but that's besides the point. So I have a deal set up for it because of that. For anyone who's interested to go and pick it up. So, yeah, like I said, this was just supposed to be a rather quick video to let you guys know how I'm basically running this, and it's just because I find that to be really probably the simplest method to just to let you guys know, is just in a video format rather than trying to put it up in a text essentially. So but by the time this video goes up, Alien Isolation will have been released. I'm actually recording this on the 6th of October, which the game got released on the 6th of October, but GameFanShop still has it listed as a 7th of October release date. But this game I plan to set up a 10% deal probably for, yeah, it'll probably be a 10%. Generally speaking, it's probably almost always going to be 10%. I think generally the commission is always greater than 10% of the cost a lot of the times. So yeah, there'll be a 10% discount on it. This one, probably because it's essentially a sort of horror-esque game, I plan to go and have it set up to, or I plan to have it last until the end of the month. So November 1st is probably when I'll cut it off, sometime November 1st. And I'll probably also set up a deal for the season pass as well. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Like I said, it was just meant to be a quick video to let you guys know generally how I'm going to be running this. Civilization Beyond Earth, I will also set up a deal for come its release, which is October 24th. And I'll probably actually end up recording some footage of it. May not do an actual full-on playthrough, at least not immediately. I don't actually know for certain. But nonetheless, there will be a deal for Civilization Beyond Earth. That'll probably be, again, another 10%. And of course, the whole reason why I'm doing the 10% is because commission is usually greater than 10%, and the commission is basically just how much I get from you guys buying the product, which allows me to get additional money that can be spent on either buying more games, buying better hardware if my hardware ends up out of date. And that's actually, generally speaking, the only things they'll be spent on, really, is just buying more games and upgrading my hardware when the time comes for it. But yeah, so At the time which I'm recording this, I have a deal going on for Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, the Season Pass, and the original Mount and Blade. The original Mount and Blade one's going to stay there until I decide to end my playthrough of it, and even once I end the playthrough of it, once the final episode goes live, I will still have the deal ongoing for a week, is the way I'll generally speaking do these deals that I do for a game that I'm doing a playthrough of. And every video, or every episode of that, will have a link in the description to that specific item when I do a playthrough of it. So my Mount and Blade videos, I've gone back and added a link for every single one of them so that you guys can get it for $13.45 rather than $14.94. I don't actually know what Steam's charging for it, but a lot of these games will activate on Steam, but not all of them. Like this one, downloads provided by the game's publisher, which is Paradox Interactive, which means it's not on Steam, but I think you can still probably actually activate the key on Steam, considering the game is, well, on Steam. But if I look at Shadow of Mordor, please redeem the code and download via Valve's Steam client. So this is a game that you get via Steam, and I think it's the same for Alien Isolation as well. It gives you a Steam code. So yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and cut this off here. This is, like I said, I think this is probably like the 4th time I've said it. Just to let you guys know how I'm going to essentially be running this store. Just because I want to go in and let you guys know how it works. And of course, I got my recommendations. So generally speaking, games that I've played and enjoyed enough to warrant putting them here. But this is not actually all of them. It doesn't list all of them. It, for whatever reason, only lists the, top 8? Yeah, only lists the first 8 that I have on the list, which is kind of annoying because, as you can see, there's space for 4 more, and I have more than 8 set up, so it really should be using up all the space it can. So it should be able to use up all 12 spaces that exist here, but it doesn't. So oh well, that's kind of annoying, but whatever. So yeah, and of course you see the price here isn't listed with that 10% because for whatever reason that's how they have it set up, but it still links to the 10% deal. So yeah, but I'll have a link in the description to my GameFanShop store for this video, and of course whatever deals are ongoing you'll see here at the top, which will be Mount and Blade, Alien Isolation. I think that'll be it when this video goes live, but that really depends on when this video goes live. I honestly don't know. I might just add in some random ones potentially, just for the sake of adding more, because I'm able to have, I think it's a maximum of what is it? I'm able to have a maximum of 12 deals, so I will more than likely end up going and, well, potentially adding in just some random deals here just to more or less fill in space until I find other things to add in there. But I don't know for certain. That's something I'll find out later. But as always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.